So, have you heard of shadow work? You've probably seen it popping up all over your social media feeds. It's the psychological concept that has just absolutely gone viral. Today, we're going to break down what it actually is, why it matters, and here's the twist: a surprising new ally, yep, artificial intelligence, is totally changing the game. Okay, let's get into it. And look, when I say it's exploded, I am not kidding. The hashtag shadowwork has over 2.1 billion views on TikTok. Billion with a B. So this is way beyond some niche trend. It's become a massive cultural conversation about who we are. So you see the hashtag, you see the special journals for sale, but beyond all the hype, what are we really talking about here? What's at the core of this whole idea? All right, so first things first, let's cut through all the noise. What does it actually mean when we talk about the shadow? You know, at its heart, shadow work is really all about self awareness. It's this practice of gently looking at the parts of ourselves that we usually push away or hide. The guy who came up with this, the brilliant psychologist Carl Jung, he had a great phrase for it: making the darkness conscious. The key here is it's not about getting rid of these parts, it's about understanding them. Think of it like this. Jung said we all have two sides. There's the persona, that's the polished social mask we put on for the world, but then there's the shadow. And this part is so crucial. The shadow isn't just for negative stuff like anger or jealousy. It's also where we've stuffed away our hidden strengths. Maybe it's creativity or ambition or a confidence that someone, somewhere, taught us to hide. And that brings us to a few really important things to clear up. The biggest myth is that the shadow is somehow evil. It's not. It's just the parts of us we haven't looked at yet. And another huge one is that shadow work can replace therapy. No, it absolutely cannot, especially if you're dealing with past trauma. It can be an amazing complement to professional help, but never, ever a substitute. So, why would anyone want to do this, right? What's the actual payoff for looking at the parts of yourself you've been avoiding your whole life? Well, the benefits are actually pretty profound and surprisingly practical. Well, for starters, when you start to integrate your shadow, you stop fighting with yourself. And that leads to this incredible feeling of wholeness. It can mean unlocking creativity you didn't even know you had, or making your relationships better because you finally understand your own emotional triggers. At the end of the day, it's about making choices that feel genuinely, authentically you. And this is for everybody. Seriously, for someone in a high pressure job, it can light up blind spots that are holding back their career. For an artist, it can unlock the very feelings they're afraid to express in their work. For caregivers, the people who always put others first, it can help them finally reclaim their own needs. Everyone's got a shadow, so everyone stands to benefit. Okay, so you might be listening to this and thinking, all right, I'm intrigued, but where on earth do I even start with something like this? The good news is you don't need anything fancy. You can start with a few really simple steps. Honestly, you can begin today. Just start by noticing your emotional triggers. When you feel a strong reaction, just pause and observe it without judging yourself. Maybe try journaling about it for just 10 minutes. Or if you're more of a visual person, you could try drawing what a feeling looks like. The goal here isn't perfection, it's just honest curiosity. And it is so important to pause on this again because this is the biggest safety rail of all. This work is a powerful tool with therapy, but it is never a substitute for therapy. If deep, difficult stuff comes up, that's your cue to seek out professional support. Okay, now, let's pivot to something truly wild. How is this psychological concept that's 100 years old, suddenly intersecting with the most cutting-edge tech we have today? Believe it or not, generative AI is popping up as a really powerful tool in this space. It can be this totally non-judgmental partner that helps us see patterns in our own thoughts and feelings, patterns that we might be too close to notice on our own. So what does that actually look like? Well, you could ask an AI chatbot, hey, give me 5 journal prompts about my fear of failure. Or you could literally tell it, I want you to act as my inner critic, and I'm going to have a conversation with you. It gives you this safe, simulated space to explore these different parts of yourself. And if you think this is just some sci-fi idea, think again. It is already happening on a massive scale. Just one AI companion app, Replica, has something like 25 million registered users around the world. People are already turning to AI for reflection. And there's data that suggests it can have a real impact. One survey found that 63% of those users said that talking to their AI companion actually helped reduce their feelings of loneliness or anxiety. It's a really fascinating glimpse into where this is all going. But, of course, like any powerful tool, we've got to approach both Shadowwork and AI with a really balanced, clear-eyed perspective. It's not all sunshine and roses. If we just break it down simply, the picture becomes really clear. The strength? Obvious. Greater self-awareness? But the threats are real too, especially all the misinformation online promising a quick fix. And the biggest risk is always trying to handle really intense emotions all by yourself without support. And with AI, all those same cautions apply, plus a few nuance. You have to protect your privacy. You have to remember that an AI's answers are based on data, not real lived experience. But maybe the most important thing to remember is this. You are in the driver's seat. The AI is a tool in your hands, not the other way around. So we'll leave you with this one question to think about. We all have these parts of ourselves we've pushed away, right? But what if, instead of being something to fear, one of those hidden parts actually holds the key to your greatest strength? What untapped potential is just sitting there, waiting for you to turn around and face it?